If you're like me that cannot network to save her life, please come closer, especially when you're trying to climb the ladder in your industry. I worked corporate for about 10 years and I did not climb the ladder through networking because it just did not work for me. But here are 3 things I did that worked for me. 1, I applied myself. In applying myself, I ensured that every task, every assignment was delivered with excellence. Excellence was always my watchword. And in applying myself also, I ensured I was visible at work. Visibility can be in the way that you carry yourself, in the way that you respond in meetings, ensuring that you're participating. Applying myself also meant that I was always willing to learn from my colleagues, my subordinates, my superiors. So those were the things I did in applying myself. The second thing is ensuring that when people hear my name, as in the external environment outside of my work, they know what I am about. And that, for example, is what I did with my LinkedIn in those years. Ensuring that what I put out there carried some substance, not about, oh, I'm delighted to announce that, oh, I am excited to, no, not those kinds of things. Talking about my experience, my learnings, just talking about my field, trying to also talk with people. What that did for me was it earned me a job in one of the biggest companies in Nigeria. I was approached by one of the board of directors of this company. I was asked to send a proposal and I put my all into that proposal. They looked at it and said, oh, you know what? We need you to come work with us. And that was how I got a job. One of the high points of my career, if you ask me. The third thing is ask. Don't be afraid to ask. But where asking comes from is the confidence in the work that you have done. One day I walked into my boss's office and I told him, sir, please, I would like you to recommend me for certain opportunities, because it was in circles that I wanted to be a part of. But you don't just walk into your boss's office, of course, with prayers as well, if you haven't done the work, if you haven't crossed your T's and dotted your I's. So he was happy to recommend me, but that did not happen until 2-3 years later. I was recommended for an opportunity to work with someone who was named African Person of the Year, Forbes Africa Person of the Year, that kind of circle.